of keeping people ignorant. Ever since the Chinese Communist Party took power, it has destroyed temples, burnt scriptures, persecuted priests and monks, and sent party members to infiltrate religious organizations and to take positions as religious leaders. It has resorted to violence and imprisonment to force the people to worship the Communist Party first, and then God or Buddha. Step by step, in the large-scale political movements over the past decades, the Communist Party leaders have been portrayed as gods. Meanwhile, the righteous faith in Chinese people's minds, which has been passed down for thousands of years, has been destroyed. When the gods created by man exposed their true faces as time went by, when Chinese people lost the halo of God in their minds, what was left in China was a spiritual void. After being fooled and having their ideals crushed, for the generations of older Chinese, the decades of loss and pain have made them doubt everything. The younger Chinese generations have rejected faith. The incessant pursuit of material comfort and an indecorous attitude toward life have destroyed Chinese people's moral restraints. The Communist Party has not only wantonly destroyed people's lives and property, it has taken away the morality and soul of the Chinese people, which had been passed down for thousands of years. As an evil specter that opposes nature, heaven, earth, and humanity, the Communist Party has no righteousness. The repeated violence and lies that have followed the same pattern, the ever-changing stance and ever-changing interpretations, the wicked behavior of latching on to everything to drill into the bone and suck out the marrow, and the ferocious attempt to destroy the upright principles of heaven, earth, and the human world, all have been done for the sake of maintaining this wicked specter's life. The Communist Party makes itself an enemy of everything in the universe. Because of this, from the very beginning, it is doomed to be buffeted by one crisis after another, and is destined to be eliminated by the universe. As the first paragraph in the Communist Manifesto says, all the powers of old Europe have entered into a holy alliance to exorcise this specter. In China, the Communist Party has had the same experience. From the Mahe incident and the April 12th purge of the party, to being besieged 5 times in areas they controlled by the KMT, and eventually to being forced to retreat in the Long March, the CCP has always faced the crisis of its own elimination. One political movement after another, from when the CCP took power to the so-called economic reforms which completely abandoned socialist theory, these are nothing but struggles made up by the Communist Party when it encountered life and death crisis over and over again. Today, communism has failed across the globe. Jiang Zemin, the former leader of the last major communist regime in the world, said to a correspondent of the Washington Post in March 2001, "When I was young, I thought the ideals of communism would be reached very quickly, but now I don't feel like this." At present, those who truly believe in communism are few and far between. The CCP clings desperately to its so-called communist theory, fooling itself and others, simply for the sake of maintaining the legality of its regime. The communist movement is destined to fail. Though the Chinese Communist Party has survived many crises by frequently changing its appearance and clinging to desperate contrivances, its inevitable doom is clear to the whole world. The vast universe carries with it the irrefutable will of heaven, which can also be called the will of the divine or the law and force of nature. Humanity will have a future only if it respects heaven's will, follows the course of nature, observes the law of the universe, and loves all beings under heaven.
旧积怨情，悠悠千万名，兴衰荣辱皆有因。且问局中人，谁在痴迷中？彷徨赤龙舞，历劫也残愿中华。旧瓶回首，惊梦醒。苍生归正道，江山抚清明。苍生归正道。